Open access is centered around access management. The reason that we are is access failure represents the most common cause for hospitalization and frequently the most common cost.
Access failure and access thrombosis is one of the great banes to both the patient population and to the entire clinical team caring for that patient.
Until the last few years, the alternative was surgical. And not to have to wait till the complication of a thrombosis occurs. That means the patients won't have necessarily a missed treatment because of thrombosis and won't have procedures that they otherwise wouldn't have, because we can deal with it before the problem reaches a crisis. Second of all, once the problem is diagnosed, they can step outside after their treatment or before their treatment and get it treated.
We will do whatever is necessary to get the procedure taken care of in a timely and efficient fashion for the patient and make it as convenient for the dialysis center, because as we all know, they're very, very busy. They've got things happening every day. Unexpected little things occur every day, and we try to make ourselves as invisible as possible while doing the job that we do.
Although all patients are referred to us from the nephrologist, certainly all patients that are referred don't require treatment. The open access board-certified radiologist who is treating the patient reviews the patient's chart, performs a history and physical, reviews the surveillance criteria, and makes a determination whether or not he thinks the patient should undergo an invasive procedure. We provide our care in a mobile angioplasty suite that was designed solely to treat dialysis patients. The patients are seen in our mobile office. They're evaluated, history and physicals are performed, we obtain consent there, and if the radiologist who's treating the patient feels the patient should undergo an invasive procedure, that's where it's performed. Now we're going to do the inflation, and you'll be able to see it up there on the monitor. We'll go ahead, Rick, we'll hold this one. We need to just actually take another x-ray. So go ahead and, okay, so we're inflated at 14 atmospheres. It looks like you're getting a good result.
Of course, we do our normal 24 to 48-hour follow-up on each and every patient. And then monthly, we will contact the facility to try to get lab evaluations on those patients and try to determine if, by increasing the volume flow and opening up the residual lumen within the access, the patient is able to get better dialysis.
We can identify each of the patient's samples and their requisitions effectively, and in turn, give you the results back for the correct patient.
The number of tubes that are required for any specific laboratory request or specimen is determined by the type of test and how many blood tests you're doing.
Different tubes are used because different tests require different processing or different handling. Some tubes have anticoagulant in them, some tubes have something to separate the red cells from the serum, some tubes have nothing in them. It's just dependent upon the test ordered. Proper way to draw a blood sample from a dialysis patient pre-dialysis is to you cannulate the arterial side of a graft or fistula. You draw the blood up to the end of the fistula needle, and you clamp that fistula line. You take the needleless hub with a vacutainer sleeve attachment and stick it into the, it's like a push lock. It's just a push lock into the end of the fistula needle, and you can unclamp it. You take the tubes that have been labeled, and they'll have the specific numbers for the order of drawing them, and you press the tubes or puncture them with the vacutainer needle. You allow these tubes to fill completely. That means the blood will stop running in them. Once that's happened, you disengage the tube and insert another one. Each of the vacuum tubes will make sure that you have the appropriate amount of blood for the test needed, and if they have additives in them, the appropriate amount of blood to mix with that additive. There's a vacuum inside. If it says it's a 5 ml tube, it will draw 5 milliliters of blood and stop drawing. And that's the big advantage. You get the right amount of blood.
We dedicate all of our services, all of our procedures, everything towards the end-stage renal disease patient.
TRL constantly evaluates our technology and instrumentation as it relates to the special needs of the ESRD community.
We have a significant commitment to leading-edge technology. It starts with the instrumentation that we provide in the laboratory, which is the highest state-of-the-art instrumentation. But additionally, we have our own information services group, and we provide high-tech information services that both transcends to the clinic and the caregivers in giving excellent reports, but also provides a data warehouse in which we can study the care of the patient and provide that to managed care organizations, physician advisory boards, and anyone who wants to study the chronically ill patient.
We have autochemistry department, special chemistry, hematology, microbiology, and immunology. Total Renal Laboratories provides results to the clinic within 24 hours to be sure adjustments are made prior to the next dialysis treatment for the patient. What that means is if the patient were to come in and have dialysis on a Monday, we would receive the specimen on Tuesday. The clinic report would be back by the time the next treatment is on Wednesday.
The patient absolutely has to have their conditions monitored by laboratory. They do not have kidneys. They fundamentally change the whole mechanism for processing waste and metabolizing in their system, and we have to monitor that closely because we have an artificial device trying to achieve something that nature should be taking care of. And it's a very difficult process, and the clinicians rely heavily on laboratory data to make those adjustments and decisions related to their care.
Because we're a specialty lab, we make sure that each of our clients are treated like they are the only client that we're dealing with that day. And each of our laboratorians and personnel related to the lab have experience firsthand on site at a dialysis facility.